Imagine waking up 200,000 years ago and realizing your body has made a very strange career choice. You are not covered in thick protective fur. You are basically a walking skin project with elbows. The sun can burn you. Cold wind can insult you personally. Tiny biting insects can find you with almost no paperwork. And yet this is the body plan that eventually filled the planet. So the question is not just, why did humans lose their fur? The better question is, how did such a fragile-looking design become useful? The first trap is to imagine one clean answer. Early humans did not wake up one morning, vote against fur, and walk into prehistory with confidence. Hair loss probably happened gradually, and the evidence is indirect. Skin and hair do not fossilize politely. We are piecing together clues from anatomy, climate, genetics, and the weird fact that humans are incredibly good at sweating. That sweat clue matters. Most mammals can cool down, but humans turned cooling down into a full-body engineering project. We have a huge number of eccrine sweat glands spread across our skin. When sweat evaporates, it carries heat away. That is boring if you are sitting in shade. It is life-changing if you are walking long distances in open, hot environments. Thick fur is cozy, but it also traps heat. If you are trying to dump heat quickly, a heavy coat is not your friend. A less hairy body lets sweat evaporate more efficiently. That may have helped early humans travel farther, search longer, and keep moving during the hottest parts of the day, when many other large predators had to slow down. This is where the naked body starts to look less ridiculous. It is not a weak design. It is a cooling design. It turns the entire skin surface into a radiator, except the radiator is damp and awkward and sometimes smells like regret. Now add bipedal walking. Once our ancestors were standing and walking on two legs, their bodies presented less direct surface to the noon sun than a four-legged body would. The head and shoulders took the main blast. That may help explain why humans did not simply become smooth everywhere. Hair on the head can protect the scalp from solar heat while the rest of the body gets better at shedding heat. Of course, no single explanation solves the whole mystery. Parasites may have mattered too. Less body hair can mean fewer places for lice, ticks, and other unwelcome passengers to hide. In a species that slept close together, touched each other, carried babies, and shared camp spaces, reducing parasites could be a real advantage. But this is not as simple as saying humans shaved to avoid bugs. Evolution is rarely that tidy, and bugs are annoyingly persistent. Social life may have pulled on the same thread. Once bodies became more visible, skin, health, scars, age, and signals of maturity also became more visible. Some scientists have suggested sexual selection could have helped push hairlessness along. That does not mean early humans had beauty standards like a magazine cover. It means attraction, health signals, and social preferences may have quietly shaped bodies over many generations. But losing fur created an immediate problem: sunlight. Bare skin under strong ultraviolet radiation is vulnerable. This is where darker skin becomes important. After much of the body hair was reduced, melanin-rich skin would have helped protect against UV damage, especially near the equator. Later, as some human populations moved into regions with weaker sunlight, skin pigmentation shifted in different directions, partly balancing UV protection with vitamin D production. So the human body was not simply losing something. It was trading one protection system for another. Less fur gave better cooling. Darker skin helped protect the exposed surface. Head hair helped shade the brain case. Sweat handled heat. And when the environment got cold, humans increasingly leaned on behavior. Fire, shelter, clothing, shared body heat, and the ancient strategy of complaining near a warm place. That trade is very human. We often survive by becoming biologically strange and then culturally clever. We lost a natural coat, then invented coats. We became vulnerable to cold, then carried fire. We exposed our skin, then covered it with paint, beads, wraps, tattoos, armor, uniforms, pajamas, and the occasional deeply questionable hat. The funny part is that clothing did not make humans naked. It may be the other way around. A relatively naked, sweaty body made clothing more useful. Once you can take insulation on and off, you can move between heat and cold with more control. Fur is permanent. Clothing is an argument with the weather that you can adjust. Picture an early human group crossing a hot open landscape. They are not faster than every predator. They are not stronger than every competitor. But they can keep walking. They can sweat. They can carry water in their bodies longer than you might expect. They can read tracks, share plans, and move with patience. Their skin is doing quiet work every second. And then picture the same group at night when the clever cooling system becomes a problem. Now the air is cold. Children need warmth. Older people need warmth. The group tightens around fire, hides behind windbreaks, and uses skins, fibers, or whatever cover they can make. The body that was perfect for heat now needs culture to survive cold. That is the pattern again and again. Biology opens a door, culture keeps it from slamming on your fingers. There is also a private daily side to this. Hairlessness changed how humans touched each other. A hand on bare skin can feel fever, fear, comfort, injury, and affection quickly. Grooming did not disappear. It changed. Instead of picking through thick fur all day, humans could notice skin, clean wounds, rub sore muscles, paint bodies, and decorate the surface that evolution had accidentally turned into a social billboard. Even the hair we kept became part of the story. Eyebrows help move sweat and expression across the face. Eyelashes protect the eyes. Pubic and armpit hair may reduce friction and hold scent signals. Fine body hair can still help us sense insects or a light touch. Humans did not become perfectly hairless statues. We became patchy, selective, and honestly a little confusing, which is exactly what you would expect from evolution working with leftovers instead of a clean blueprint. That patchiness matters because it keeps the story grounded. Evolution rarely deletes a feature everywhere for one reason. Trims, shifts, and repurposes. A cooler torso, a shaded head, expressive eyebrows, and sensitive skin can all live on the same body. The result looks messy because it is not designed from scratch. It is inherited, edited, and tested by ordinary survival. None of this means fur was bad. Fur is excellent. It is warm, protective, and low maintenance if your lifestyle supports it. Humans simply moved into a strange niche where heat management, long-distance movement, social life, and tool use made a less hairy body useful enough to keep. So the answer to why humans became so naked is not because we were weak. It is not because clothing made fur unnecessary. It is probably closer to this. Our ancestors became endurance-shaped, sweat-powered, socially dependent primates who traded a built-in coat for a body that could cool fast and a culture that could cover the gaps. The result is absurd and brilliant. You are a tropical cooling machine that owns socks. You are an ape that lost most of its fur, then spent thousands of years inventing fashion, blankets, sunscreen, and indoor heating. And somewhere under all of that is the same old body, still trying to solve the ancient problem of being too hot in the day and too cold at night. That is oddly human.